My girlfriend broke up with me out of nowhere, saying she needed someone with ambition. A month later, she posted pictures with a millionaire. What she didn't know was that millionaire was one of my clients, and he was about to invest in my startup. When he asked why she was so interested in his money, I showed him our old chats. She got blocked from both sides. Hey, I'm Jake. I'm 28, living in Austin, Texas. I run a small but growing tech startup. Been grinding at this for about 2 years now. Never been the guy with flashy cars or a fat bank account, but I had a dream and a plan. My girlfriend, Sarah, she was 26. We met back in college, started dating senior year. I thought things were good between us. We talked about the future, joked about moving to some city together, maybe starting a family someday. Or at least, that's what I believed. But about 2 months ago, out of nowhere, she calls me one evening and drops this bomb. Jake, I need someone with ambition. Someone who knows what they want and isn't stuck. I don't think you're that guy. That was it. No argument, no let's work on this, just gone. I was floored. Me stuck? I'm busting my ass every single day trying to make something happen. But she says she needs more money, more status, more something, and I wasn't enough. That night, I just sat there staring at my phone, trying to figure out what I missed. She said it like I was some lazy dude wasting time. Meanwhile, I had been juggling investors, pitching non-stop, coding late nights. I did not understand how she could say that. A week passes, then 2. I start noticing her Instagram blowing up with pictures of her hanging out with this guy, a millionaire named Mark Davis. Expensive watches, fancy dinners, yachts, you name it. Sarah's posting like she hit the jackpot. Here's the thing, I know Mark Davis, not personally, but he's been one of my clients for months. My startup sells software to his businesses. He's sharp, ruthless in business, and yeah, wealthy as hell. So, after seeing Sarah's new millionaire boyfriend all over my feed, I decided to play it cool. I didn't want to jump to conclusions or make a scene, but inside, I was boiling. I thought, how the hell did she switch up so fast? A few days later, I had a meeting with Mark at his office downtown. When I walked in, I could tell he was impressed with what my startup had been doing. We talked numbers, growth projections, and then, out of nowhere, he asked me, Hey Jake, why is Sarah so interested in me? She's been posting pictures with me, but I never heard much about her before. I froze. I wasn't expecting that question. I told him straight. Honestly, I think she's after the money. She told me she needed someone with ambition, but now she's acting like she's hit the jackpot with you. Mark smirked, then pulled out his phone. Show me your chats with her. I hesitated, but then handed him my phone. I showed him the old messages where Sarah told me she was bored, complained I wasn't moving fast enough, and even talked about needing a real partner. Mark laughed, then said, I like this guy. You're a real one, Jake. But here's the twist. Mark told me Sarah had reached out to him before we even broke up. She was trying to play both sides, trying to get in good with him while still with me. I was shocked and pissed. It explained a lot, but also made me realize how sneaky she was. Then Mark dropped another bomb. He said, I'm interested in investing, but I want to know you're the real deal. If you want my money, you need to show me you're focused. That's when I knew I had to cut Sarah off for good. After that meeting, I decided to block Sarah everywhere, Instagram, phone, everything. I wasn't going to let her fake charm work on me or anyone else I cared about. But then, a week later, I get a text from an unknown number. It was from Sarah. She was begging to meet, saying she made a mistake and wanted to talk. I ignored it. But then it got weird. I started hearing from people around town that Sarah was telling everyone I was the one who broke up with her, painting me as the bad guy. She was even saying I was stuck in my little world and would never get anywhere. I was furious. I never said a bad word about her to anyone. So I decided to confront her one last time through a mutual friend. I asked if she wanted to clear the air. The friend told me Sarah agreed, but only if I apologized first. I wasn't about to do that. I knew I was right. Then, out of nowhere, Mark calls me again. He says, Jake, I need to be honest with you. Sarah isn't just trying to use me for money. She's been telling me she's dating you, that you're the one who's the ambitious entrepreneur, and that she's just keeping up appearances. I was stunned. She was lying to both of us. And here's the kicker, Mark told me she wanted both of us as backups, playing us like chess pieces. That's when I realized she wasn't just selfish, she was dangerous. I couldn't believe it. Sarah was spinning lies to both me and Mark, trying to keep both of us hooked. Like some kind of twisted game. I started wondering how deep this went. That night, I did something I hadn't thought of before. I checked her phone number through a little trick a friend showed me. I wanted to see if she was really texting Mark and me at the same time. What I found blew my mind. She had been secretly texting Mark while we were still together. Not just friendly messages, but flirting, talking about his wealth, and even asking for favors. At the same time, she kept telling me she loved me, that I was her future, that I was the one with potential. I confronted Mark again, and this time, he showed me something he just found out. Sarah had been trying to get him to invest not in my startup, but in a completely different scheme, a business opportunity that sounded more like a scam. Mark said he smelled a rat and cut her off before anything happened. But the biggest twist? Mark told me Sarah had been sneaking into his office building, pretending to be someone important to get access to his network. That was the last straw. I told Mark I wanted her completely out of my life and his. Mark smiled and said, "I'm on it. Let's finish this." Mark surprised me the next day. He said he'd reached out to his security team and told them to keep an eye on Sarah. Within hours, they caught her trying to sneak into one of his exclusive events, wearing a fake badge, acting like she belonged there. But here's what really shocked me. She was trying to get close to me again through a completely different route. One of my investors called me, saying a woman had been asking questions about my startup, trying to get insider info. The investor said the woman seemed shady, but charming, and she was very persistent. When I heard this, I knew it had to be Sarah. She was trying to sabotage me. I blocked her from the startup's communication channels, told Mark everything, and we agreed to expose her lies once and for all. I took all the evidence, our old chats, her messages to Mark, her sneaking into the building, and showed it to the investors and Mark's team. They were shocked. At the next board meeting, Sarah tried to show up and act innocent. But everyone had already heard the truth. She got kicked out immediately. She tried to crawl back to me after that, but I was done. I blocked her from all sides, phone, social, everywhere. And the craziest part? Mark ended up investing a big chunk of money into my startup. He said he respected me for handling the situation and for not giving up. Now I'm moving forward, focusing on my business and my future. Sarah, she's just a chapter I close for good. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more real-life drama and twists you won't believe. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.